Did you know that one of the keys to capitalizing with final expense insurance sales, if you want to really become a six-figure producer, is to become boring? We're going to talk about this topic. Hope you enjoy it. And before we do, my name is Jason, your friend in the business, and just absolutely blessed to partner and work shoulder to shoulder with amazing brand new and veteran agents alike, selling life, Medicare, and yes, annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So free resources for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I hope you enjoy this content. So number one, if you want to have the best chance of success in seeing six figures and income, you got to be boring. Distracted agents get destroyed in this space, and there are a ton of opportunities to get distracted. Oh, I should make my own leads. Oh, I should be a professional marketer. Oh, what about IULs, ULs, annuities, Medicare, ACA? What next? If you want to make the wealth, my friends, you've got to go myopic. If you want to make more, you've got to do more with less. It's very important that you understand this. Most six-figure income earners are insanely boring agents. Now, I'm not talking about maybe boring in their personal lives because they're making some good paper, but I'm talking about their prioritization. Just talked to another six-figure income earner yet again today. Amazing agent. And guess what? Not distracted by any stretch. You've got to be boring. You've got to knuckle down to know everything that you can with like 5 carriers and then let everything else just blow away. You've got to be a wealth of knowledge with those 5 and be a master of it if you want to have a chance of making 6 figures. You've got to focus on final expense telesales if that's your jam, face-to-face insurance sales if that's what you want for final expense sales. Go in person, go on the phone, but commit to it if you want to capitalize. And if you do, good. Now go be boring. Put blinders on. Even the fastest racehorse has blinders, and it's not because the horse isn't extremely well trained. Those that have the wealth in this industry, tip number one, are very, very boring. They're very decisive. They're very disciplined. They get up at the same time. They eat maybe the same food. And you're like, wow, that does not sound like fun. Well, financial gain comes at a cost. You can be soft or you can be successful. If you want to make 6 figures, you want to be a $1 million roundtable insurance agent making stacks, you've got to see yourself in a positive place. And that starts with the mind, but it starts with discipline and grind. When you get up, are you managing your time right? Because if you're not, that time is something you can't ever get back up into that bottle. Be boring. Be very boring. You've got to bring it over that phone, but don't be distracted by every little thing in your email inbox. Buy this, buy that, be about this, be about that. Go print money, go do this. Just stop it and stay in one lane. You'll be a better agent. Start with 5 carriers at first. Really master those 5 and be fearless when you get on the phone. Be fearless when you go face to face because you know the answers. They need you. You are that wealth of knowledge for those consumers, because when you spread yourself out too thin, that will come at a cost. It's going to cost you your chance of making 6 figures. Not everybody makes it. 90% of the agent force gets destroyed and debilitated because of distractions. They can't be boring. They can't sit in the seat and just work if they're in telesales. They can't sit in their seat and just dial and smile. And you've heard the term dialing for dollars. Well, you got to have discipline to dial and discipline to be decisive about when you dial. Insurance agents that are highly productive are highly disciplined. They're also ones that train. They show up to training. They do it right or they do it again. They do it right or they do it again. You've heard the term practice makes perfect. Well, perfect practice makes perfect. You want to become a beast, be your very best in training so you can truly skill up and have the best chance of being as sharp as can be. Scalpel sharp comes from you stropping the leather. If you're a barber, you know that's the truth. You've got to keep that edge if you want to engage. And with insurance sales, you can make 6 figures. It's not hard. I'll put a video up at the very end here or here. Watch it. I'll also put it in the comment section underneath so that you can watch that video on how easy it is mathematically to make 6 figures. A lot of times we've got the 6-figure way or goal. I want to make 6 figures. How are you going to do it? I don't know. It's not going to happen by happenstance. You've got to be boring and you've got to be about one thing: discipline, drive, and determination. We've got to make the time a priority. You want to make that paper? Timing is everything. Are you going to take the time to be driven? Are you going to take the time to be disciplined? And are you going to take the time to put the blinders on so that you can become a beast? These great people need us, but they need us to be scalpel sharp. They need you to know what to say in that script sincerely. It's powerful. You need to be ready to handle objections and not wing it. The wealthy insurance agents of this industry do not practice stuff, they perfect stuff. They're ready to go. They engage in a 5-day telemastery program like what we do here at jasonfinalexpense.com. They engage in training to take their careers to the next level. You want to level up, you want to step up to the next level in your final expense insurance sales career? How do you start, my friends? How do you start today? Do you start it on point? Do you stay in a powerful state in the mind? The biggest thing that holds you back is between these two ears. Your lack of engagement is a diminished belief, and belief is the backbone of this industry. You know you can become a beast. Now we've got to take what we know and actually deploy action, action, action. Are we about the most important thing on every given call? Are we scalpel sharp? Are we ready to serve these great folks with everything that's in us? Are we ready? Do we know what to say? Do we know how to handle the objections with professionalism? Are we poised and ready to provide value? Or are we maybe following pushy sales tactics that'll get you nowhere, but just create massive walls of resistance? You've got to be ready, and be ready. But my friends, you've got to be dialed in with discipline. You've got to give more than you've ever given in action on those phones. You've got to make the dials. You've got to make the dials if you want to do six figures. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens by action. It happens by leads. It happens by launching every day. It happens by not always wanting to show up. There's days where you're overpaid. My friends, there's days where you're underpaid. It happens. And if you want to have six figures, you've got to keep working through it. You've got to embrace the pain if you want the profitability. It's not that hard to do this. Now, I didn't say it's easy, but it's not that hard to make six figures. But you've got to be powerfully positive, powerful in your movement, powerfully honed and polished. Agents that fail to train rarely take their careers to six figures. Agents that just leave it to happenstance, they don't have six figures up in their bank accounts. They don't. They normally get destroyed because the distractions debilitate you. And boring insurance agents are some of the best insurance agents on this planet. They know what to do. It's a boring job. Buy leads, know how to script, sit in front of a 900-pound phone and just pick it up and go powerfully serve and do the work. It's not a complicated mess, but yet so many insurance agents overcomplicate a simple business and never see six figures because they're busy on their phone, on Facebook, watching YouTube, anything that avoids the high action that is needed and necessary to find success. Success is absolutely rented on the daily, but when you really knuckle down to the basics, you're going to find that you've got a chance of becoming a six-figure income earner with discipline, drive, and determination. Launch every day like you're going to go broke because that's the best chance of success. But be boring. Don't get distracted. Whatever comes, be a horse with blinders so that you can be a beast, so that you can win, so that you can hopefully have a chance of making the wealth, because there is no better life than the independent agent life when you get up every day and just live to serve, not just sell. I hope this helps you. I'll put that video on how to make six figures, all pen and paper. You don't have to look at my ugly face. Hope you like the video today and hope it brings you value. If I can do anything for you, jasonfinalexpense.com. But watch this video on how to make six figures. It's easy. It's easy to see methodical steps to find success. And I'll put it in the comments as well. So you can click on it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like the video. And if you don't, put that in the comments too. I'd love to help you in any way I can. And I hope this brought you value. We'll see you soon. Be successful. Know that you have what it takes. See you soon.